Hello, this is Section Bernard. When things are beyond normal, things that defy natural laws, they get our attention and we stop and look. In our world today, we have seen planes and rockets. They fly, ships sail, and submarines submerge underwater. But there is no mystery in their actions. These are man-made vessels using physics and science to navigate through air and water. No doubt they are remarkable feats using human understanding of the vessel's material and propulsion mechanisms to overcome the environment. The human intellect and creativity, coupled with courage, have given the human species modes of travel to explore distance, heights, and depths before which have been impossible, and we could only dream of the unknown, the outer space and depth of the oceans. However, there is yet another dimension which calls for our attention to investigate. This is the spiritual world. For those who seek to explore this dimension, we can turn to the book of Genesis, which actually gives us an account of God walking and interacting with man in Eden. After which, there are many other stories where men encounter the spirits and God. Moses encountered God on Mount Sinai, and he came down with the 10 Commandments from the mountain. In the book of Daniel, 3 men were thrown into a fiery furnace for refusing to worship a man-made statue. In the fire, there was seen the Son of God himself walking among them, keeping them from being hurt. That's an amazing and supernatural sight to behold. And years later, in a most controversial way, which many do not understand, or until today find it very difficult to accept, the Son of God himself came to live on earth. His story is very unusual, showing his power over nature. He walks on water. He changes water into wine. And he even raised the dead. And even though he was supernatural, the people nailed him to the cross and speared his vital organ, the heart, presumptuously to end his life for fear of his ways. The crucifixion is for his death. If you think that his power could not stop Earth, the man during his time, from killing him, you would be wrong to say that, because his death was already planned before he became man. And even so, in the gospel, he said himself that his life is for him to lay down and to pick up. And through this supernatural power, he exited his physical body, not killed. He presents his body as a sacrifice on the cross for us. And this mystery is the center point of Christian belief. It takes great faith to believe, or well, just depends on how you see faith. Perhaps it takes some faith to believe, as the life of the Son of God is supernatural and beyond human logic. But remember, he is the designer, the creator of life. His death is necessary, as it is the ransom for the sins of the world. His sacrifice is the reason for man's salvation. And if you see from this standpoint, he is the ticket to God's kingdom. For without him, our default ticket will be a trip to the dwelling place with Satan. Most people do not know, but in this world, the spirits are fighting either for Christ or for Satan. There are only two sides. Each force is out to win souls for their sides. If you think that the spirit world is quiet in our time, as we cannot see anything beyond the natural in our day-to-day living, you would be ignorant. 2 weeks ago, I was in Medjugorje in Bosnia, Southeast Europe, where the apparition of Mary was first sighted in 1981. In fact, today, the 24th of June, is exactly the 44th anniversary of Mary's apparition. And I was there exploring, looking for a spiritual encounter. I met a priest from Singapore who is based there, the chaplain of St. James Church, Father Leon Pereira. He has described seeing the devil, and his description of the devil is muscular. He keeps emphasizing that he has 8 packs for abdomen. We normally say 6 packs, but Father Leon says this guy has 8 packs and large deltoids, as if from working out. And he described him with some 2 tiny horns on his head. I went around and I met some people to find out more about a place in Medjugorje, and I befriend a retired man from Louisiana, George, who has been going there since 1984. He finds the place peaceful and a place where he can link up with God. But he also saw the devil and described him with a dragon's body, and he says the face of a werewolf. He also said the devil was with an angry expression and with red eyes. I asked him why he thinks the devil looks angry. His response is that the devil is furious, as many are coming to Medjugorje, and they know that Mary and the devil are real. You see, the devil doesn't want us to believe that he is real and that God and Mary and the angels and saints are real. For when people know the reality of Mary, the devil, and spiritual warfare, the devil would lose these people, for they would live lives away from sins to escape the grasp of evil, hence to avoid hell. The devil wants us to go to hell with him. This is to spite God. Do not be fooled to think otherwise. What you do not see does not mean they do not exist. I do encourage you to explore the spirit world, which leads to walking with Jesus, for we need him. He is the way to the dimension where God lives. And if anyone wants to be in a peaceful, joyful place after death, that's what we need to know. Find out about God, about Jesus and Mary, and walk with the holy angels and saints. God bless.